Hey guys, Bud Pilch, the Green Country Meats. Wanted to show you the fodder room that we're building. It's not completed, but it's really close to being done. Uh, we just lack a little bit. I think I can have it all tied together in about a week. Um, this is where we're going to sprout grains. We're going to start with uh, this hard red winter wheat, 100% organic, and this is what we're going to be feeding our livestock. And we're also going to be retailing it to our customers. So what we've got here is we've got 6 rows of trays on this wall. There's 12 trays per row. And then over here we've got 5 shelves, and I think it's 10 trays per shelf here. So up top, this is the door you walk in. I still have to get some plastic on it. But up top, you can see those little nozzles up there. That is the sprinkler system that is fed from the rainwater collection system just outside the barn. The pipe, the stove pipe up top, has slits cut in it, and right there, just before that hanger, is a 6-inch fan that we can plug in, and it helps pull a lot of that hot air in the summertime out of here. Really helps keep this room cooler. Over here in this corner we have our air conditioner. Won't be needing that for several months, but it's in place when we need it. Coming around here, I'll do the exterior of the room. So that's the sprinkler box. That's what feeds all the nozzles. I only have the one solenoid plumbed in right now. I still have to run the nozzles that will go right up there on that piece of rebar. It'll match those. And those are just the same kind of nozzles that you would get at like a Tractor Supply. And we just got them on spacing where each one will discharge into the trays. The trays are set on slopes. So the nozzles are on the top row or up front, and they're tilted toward the back. Then the next row is tilted toward the front, and then the next row toward the back, all the way on down until it will get to the bottom. And we're going to put a trough underneath those trays and connect it, and then run it all the way out, and then just discharge the water out the corner, that bottom corner there. We'll run it right out the building. So those nozzles are run by these solenoids here. That tank there is the water collection system. See it's getting cold, so we've got our tank heater laid in there. And keeping the room warm, we've got this radiator heater. This room's only 120 square feet total. So this little radiator heater is set, I just have it set at like 59 right now. Just so we don't have anything freeze up. So I'm going to go over some of the specs on it, on how we built this thing. So we come in right here. That's where we come in the building with the water. And then it goes into that first filter. And that is a 100. It's a 100 filter, and I'll have to look. I'm not sure what I think it's 100 per square inch filter. And then it runs into this pump, and I will wire the pump in to this adapter up here. We still lack that. Here's our adapter. So that plugs into that outlet, and then that adapter turns it into a DC, and we can go directly into that. Off of that, off of the pump, comes to a 500, and then off the bottom of the 1,000, that's where we run the jog over and up when we split it, because we're going to have to run it in 2 different phases. Those are our solenoids that will work off of that sprinkler system, and we can run, I think, 6 different sessions per day off of that. So we'll be able to water these trays at least 4 to 6 times a day as needed. We've got a lot of experimenting to do to figure out just how much it's going to need. So we'll come back here off the bottom of that 1,000. So whenever that pump, when it's running, will keep constant pressure all the way up to those solenoids, and then when those solenoids kick on, then that pump will automatically start working in order to provide water. These pumps are, when you release the pressure on them, they just automatically turn on. And when they don't just run continuously, they'll cycle off when they build up enough pressure behind them. Coming off of the 1,000 filter, then we came up underneath the sink. This is an old cast iron sink that we found. And I had to design a faucet out of just galvanized, because this sink is so old that the hole spacing here is 6 inches. From right here to right here is just 6 inches, and you can't find 6-inch faucets anymore. Everything, I think, is 8. Or you could buy a single nozzle, but those things start at like $140. So it was just cheaper to put in a piece of galvanized pipe. So what we'll do once we get everything, oh, I'm not done yet. So I got these lights in here. It's these little, right here, that little strand. Let's see if I can turn that over. So these lights, these are grow lights. We'll see how well they work. Theoretically, it's supposed to, but we'll know more once we get it operational. So every single row has this middle row of rebar right here. That is just for these lights. I still have to go through and zip tie this all up. I was just kind of placing it. I'd run out of small zip ties. So I picked some more up today. So we'll be able to go through, get all these lights put together. When we put the shelving in, we had to put rebar across the back and the front in order to stabilize this back. And again, over here on this one, it'll slope toward the back and then toward the front, or let's see. Well, it alters. I can't remember how this one starts. It might start in the back. I think it does. That top row, let's just grab a level and find out. Where is that? Yeah. The back's high. So it'll slope forward. So the sprinklers on this, when we build this section out, the sprinklers will have to be in the back. These trays, we had to drill some holes in them. And we started with some small holes. We've got 4 holes in these trays. Yeah, just 4. And we'll see, it's kind of a slow drip. So we'll just have to play with it. We can always drill those holes out larger if we need to. This is a lot of experimentation here, trying to figure out what's going to work best. So the way this will work is we will have a soaking tub in this corner underneath where all the tools are. There'll be a soaking tub there, and we will have, let's see, I think I can do 17 trays a day. So it'll be this whole bottom row plus 5 here, and then we'll have to, if we decide to do the whole room in the same product, like if all we're doing is the hard red or winter wheat, then we'll be able to do 17 trays, and then the next day will be 17 more, and then another 17, and that'll give us 7 continuous days of fodder. It takes right at 7 days to get full growth, but you have to get them to germinate. So you just take these in these trays, you need a 1/2 inch coverage in the bottom all the way across there. So, and when you soak these little wheat berries, I got some out, that's what they look like. When you soak them, they at least double in size. So we'll do like a 24-hour soak with a little hydrogen peroxide in there to kill off any mold spores that could potentially be in those wheat berries, and then we'll place them in one of the trays, and every single day we'll come out and we'll harvest 17 trays and start 17 more. So this room will be under constant rotation, and we will be able to grow about 100 pounds of wheatgrass per day with this system. Is there anything else I need to cover? Oh, we've got, I put in these panels up top, which really helps keep this room lit up. As far as the lighting goes, are these lights going to work? I don't know. We'll find out. I still have to wire them all together. Like I said, I have about a week left of items just to finish up. And then we'll start to, we still have to pressure test the system and check for leaks, and we've got a lot to do yet, but it's coming together. It's at a place where you can kind of see what it's going to be. And then we'll just have to see what kind of growth we get, whether the lighting's appropriate, whether we're getting enough water. And I've ordered a dehumidifier for the room. It just hasn't showed up yet. When we put it together, a big concern was mold, because there's going to be a lot of moisture, obviously. So everything that we've done as far as construction with the shelving is all metal and rebar. We put plastic behind the tin, and we still need to go through the tops and seal those off and caulk the floor. So yeah, it'll be a fun experiment when we get it up and running, but I really feel like as we enter this Eddy minimum, this is the future of agriculture. As commodity prices rise, as the price of wheat continues to go up, corn prices go up. In agriculture, there's only 2 ways that you can maximize profits, and that's either to cut your outgoing flow or to cut out all the middlemen. And we've already developed a customer base, so I don't use those anymore, those big silos. So now that we're going direct retail to the end consumer, now we're looking to provide the best food product to our animals, to our chickens, and for the least amount of money. So anyway, just wanted to share this with you guys. If you have any, I don't know if I'm qualified enough to answer questions just yet. If you have any pointers, maybe you can point it out, or yeah, as soon as we get it running, I'll put another video up, show you how it's operating. We've got a cold front coming in. It's dropped, it's about 32 degrees. It was 70 yesterday, and it's going to get to 16 tonight. So trying to get everything warm and sealed up. And I'll probably have to, I still need to build a cover over that tank. There just hasn't been enough hours in the day to get everything accomplished. So anyway, we're going to start crash testing things as we get into this winter. I'm going to have to get off here. I've got to go put out hay for the cows and get them ready for the storm. I'll put something else up when I get this running.